The Canon PowerShot G7X Mark III is a compact camera built around a 1-inch sensor and a 24-to-100mm equivalent zoom lens. The G7X III is aimed at beginner photographers and smartphone upgraders, as well as enthusiasts looking for a small, high-quality camera for travel and everyday photography. Offering 20-megapixel resolution from a new generation high-speed stacked CMOS sensor, the G7X III delivers very good image quality and impressive high-speed shooting capabilities. Continuous shooting is available at up to 8 frames per second with autofocus. Plus, there's a 30 FPS RAW burst mode. The G7X Mark III zoom lens is bright enough to make it useful in poor light and also to blur backgrounds for portraiture when shooting at the long end of the zoom. A large, touch-sensitive LCD on the rear of the camera can be tilted down by 90 degrees and up by 180 degrees for selfies and vlogging. Speaking of video, the G7X Mark III offers an impressive suite of video tools, including 4K recording at up to 30p. Support for YouTube streaming is built in, and the G7X Mark III also allows you to capture vertical video. Together, these features make the G7X Mark III a powerful camera for vlogging as well as casual video. For more information about the Canon PowerShot G7X Mark III, visit dpreview.com.
The Panasonic Lumix DC-LX100 II is a 17-megapixel enthusiast zoom compact camera with a 24-to-75mm equivalent f1.7 to 2.8 lens. It uses up to around 85% of the area of a 4/3 sensor to give a choice of aspect ratios without narrowing the field of view. The LX100 II uses the same Leica DC lens as the original LX100. It also shares the same design, including dials for shutter speed and exposure compensation, plus a ring for adjusting the aperture. A custom control ring can also be found around the lens. The LX100 II has a 1.24 million dot touchscreen LCD on the rear, and also features a 2.76 million dot equivalent electronic viewfinder. It can shoot continuously at 5.5 frames per second with continuous autofocus, or 11 frames per second with AE and AF locked. It can also capture UHD 4K video. Panasonic's latest picture styles are also available, including the high-contrast L monochrome D mode. The relatively large sensor and bright lens helps the LX100 II provide a level of image quality that's hard to match in such a small camera. For more information on the Panasonic Lumix DC-LX100 II, visit dpreview.com.
The Canon G1X Mark III is a compact camera, but it breaks from previous models in this series by using an APS-C sensor, inherited from Canon's mid-range DSLRs. A built-in zoom covers a useful but modest range equivalent to 24 to 70 millimeters, but its maximum aperture of f2.8 to 5.6 is relatively slow. This means that the sensor will have to work harder in low light, and there's limited scope for blurring backgrounds in portraits. On the plus side, the G1X Mark III features Canon's excellent dual-pixel autofocus, which promises to deliver fast and accurate focus even when tracking moving subjects. This should be especially useful when shooting stills at 7 frames per second or HD video at up to 60p. The G1X Mark III offers full manual exposure control. Despite the large sensor and electronic viewfinder, it remains reasonably small and lightweight, and its body is dust and moisture resistant.
We'll be right back.